Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Small Time TV. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Woiwurrung Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging, and give a very warm and special welcome to any First Nations people streaming live from your homes or wherever you may be, and also watching us here at the Small Time studio. I am so excited and am very thrilled to be able to welcome to the Small Time studio Leif Vollebeck.
Should I play? I know
Yeah,
that.
let's play a couple of
Well,
songs.
I can't hear you clapping, but I can see you clapping. This is a song called Appalachia Plain. Is it wrong to call your name on the Appalachia Plain when I know it's been called 1,000 times, if at all? Is it wrong to call your name once again? Wishing's easy if you try. Don't get bogged down and don't you cry. If it comes true, so be it. And if it don't, just believe it to be the way it always ought to be. Mustangs kicking in the field, I saw it all behind the wheel, but it would have never had that feel. You weren't right there at my heels, holding up your end of the bargain. So how about you lean on in? Just this one time, give me that grin, the one I first saw laying in bed with your hair about our heads, when the sky, it was deserted. In the space of a couple lines, I'm reminded from time to time you were in and throughout, for the flood, before the drought, for the sunlit garden grew, for the ashes filled the tombs. But there ain't nothing I can change about me now. There ain't nothing I can change about me now. There ain't nothing I can change about me now. You're late, you're late, you're late, you're late, you're late. I hear clapping, that's so nice. Okay, don't break anything. Don't break. It's like Jenga, but with my feet and really all of my guitars. And there's no one laughing. Oh.
Apart from Angie.
This song is called Blood Brother. That was Angie McMahon singing there. I've got Ainsley Wills also singing. Because I'm the luckiest ever somehow. I'm not gonna doubt it. Coincidences piling up. Don't know if it's a sign. Sometimes you got no choice in the matter and you gotta shake the tree time. See, I finally found another that I'd like to introduce. Do you know what I'm thinking? Can you tell me who I am? Do you think that I am doomed? You're my blood brother. What am I gonna do? You're my blood brother. You're just like me and you. I really fell for you, baby, I won't fall for that again. With my mind twisted and turned in all directions, till I don't know who I am. You know your lips whenever they kiss me, it's like a gun against my skin. But if ever they cut you down with a dagger, only I feel it going in. You're my blood brother. What am I gonna do? You're my blood brother. She's just like me and you. My life is on the radio. You're saying it's a dream. I can tell that the lights are fading, but it's just a change it seems. You know your lips. I changed the chord because I wanted to be cool, and then I got confused. You know sometimes it's like I'm weightless. It's just like I ain't here. In fact, for my next performance, I'm gonna play and disappear. You're my blood brother. It's just like I ain't here. You're my blood brother. Gonna play and disappear.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. What the oops?
Oh, I was like, I'm gonna do that chord that Angie liked at the sound check, and then I got confused. It's all Angie's.
Do you want to play it now?
The chord?
Yeah.
No, it's like I'll play it in this one. It's just a flat 6. I play it all the time, but
Yeah.
not in that song. And then apparently it's too much for me. I can't handle it. By the way, just to be clear, this is my fault. It wasn't Angie's fault at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Angie's our national treasure.
I know.
So
Can't blame her.
yeah. So first of all, welcome, Leaf. Welcome
so much for having
to
me.
Australia, the land where we stockpile toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, whenever I see it, I feel like I'm a king, you know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
have you been caught short at any point?
That's not the kind of question that I want to answer if I weren't, but luckily I haven't been.
Well, that's good. I just want you to feel very welcome here.
Well, yeah, I just feel like Jack Kerouac was talking about I think it was in like the Dharma Bums, and he's talking about how like he's laughing at everyone who uses toilet paper, like all the rich people who use toilet paper, like they're walking around with like dirty bums because they just
Okay.
move it around, in
Yeah.
India they don't use it and it's cleaner.
Yeah.
Anyhow, and I just think about Jack Kerouac.
There's something in that.
I don't know. It's
Is
not,
that where Dharma Bums got its name? Okay. Anyway,
That's good.
thank you.
That's so good.
I'm here for the next half hour.
We could do this.
Okay.
This is a good.
We actually have an embarrassment of talent in the studio. Ainsley Wills and Angie McMahon, Lee Follerbeck, and our amazing, talented videographers. How did you? So you've just come off the back of a tour with Ainsley around the country.
Yeah.
Had you met previously?
We met on the day of our show. The day of our show.
Okay.
Yeah, in
But
Brisbane.
you and Angie have obviously collaborated.
No, the day
at
before our
a
show.
collab-
No, the day of our show. No, sorry, that's not important. Day before.
Oh no, it's important.
Day before.
If we're fact checked,
I just wanted to make. I'm just trying to remember. It feels like so long ago, but it was like a week ago.
a very successful tour.
It was great. All the
Yeah.
shows were wonderful. She's so talented. She's right. She can look at me right now, but I'm not going to look at her. She's so talented. She's got such a beautiful voice, and yeah, it was. Everyone's been so lovely.
And so, but you had obviously met Angie before because you'd collaborated, and she sang on your beautiful Appalachian Plains that you performed.
But the first time I came over was because she invited me to play shows with her. So I just have the kindest, most generous humans in my life that
That's
are
so
letting me play
great.
music with them, and I just don't say no. So one time they're gonna figure out that if they stop asking me, I'll finally stop coming, and then they'll be at peace.
Yeah.
You know.
So depending on which sources you read, you're either from Ottawa or from Montreal.
Oh yeah.
Can you clear this up?
I was born in Ottawa and raised,
Okay.
but Montreal is my home.
Okay. Well, they're claiming you if you want to.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. Everybody's getting a little.
Handsy.
Well, not really. I don't know why I said everybody. The Wikipedia entry is confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say
So-
everybody. That was awful. It was almost as bad as that chord that I did.
It was not a bad chord.
Well, the lyric, yeah, anyhow, it's good. I'll get
Wasn't that
over
what
it.
you-
I'm already over it. I'm just talking about how great it was.
Okay. So here in Australia and Melbourne specifically, we have sort of one major national broadcaster funded by the government, our ABC. So we have Double J and Triple J, and then we're very much like we have very strong community radio and street press, and we have like crazy proliferation of venues. What's Canada like insofar as being a supportive music?
It's great.
Kind of, yeah.
It's just, it's a complex question. I don't really quite understand it here either. I only found out a little while ago that Double J and Triple J were kind of part of the ABC situation.
Okay.
What do the J's stand for? Juice, double juice, triple
yeah.
juice. Got it.
Thanks,
I
Angie.
just thought it was weird,
Phew.
like because we have like CBC 2 and
Yeah.
3 and and then
Yeah.
I was just wondering why you guys went straight to letters. It's like the vitamins,
Okay.
but the
We'll
opposite.
Come back. I'm gonna. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when you name vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Oh, yeah,
in Canada,
absolutely.
it's hard to explain the whole CBC. But it's probably like here you're like, oh, this part's good, this part's confusing.
But sometimes
this part is like old and
Yeah. Well, because our market is our music market, and sort of the way we consume, and like the size of our population is quite small. So oftentimes, our successful musicians have to tour a lot, head overseas. You kind of in some way or another potentially outgrow Australia and have to seek abroad, seek opportunities elsewhere.
right.
Does Canada have a healthy enough scene to subsist?
Oh,
an
I
artist
think
like you?
so. I feel like it's really similar. I think but I mean, I don't really know anything about either of them. But Canada's really healthy and really lovely. Everyone seems to be so different, is what I find. Like some people they just tour the States. Some people just tour certain parts of Canada regionally. Some people, it's hard to generalize about it. Like everyone.
What's the perception like when you say that you're touring Australia?
Oh, I think people just get really excited. And then they're like, how far is it? The really boring questions. You're like, oh my God, can we stop talking about how far it is?
Yeah.
We get it. It's close to here though. No, people are really they kind of, I think even I was like, I couldn't envision how it would happen. And I kind of was like, yeah, and then it happened and I'm like, oh, it's quite nice. But yeah, it's
Has
like,
it been surprising
it's
in
been
that way?
surprisingly, it's actually kind of nice. I'm so used to traveling and being from such a big country, like size-wise, like territory-wise, that I'm used to everywhere else I go is like not far. And it's kind of nice to be like, oh, why don't we go to Sydney? And people are like, that's like 10 hours away, man. Or like, and I was like, oh, great. That's what it sounds like when someone is like, do you have you live in Montreal? I have a friend in Vancouver. It's like the classic Canadian talk to a Canadian thing. And you're like, yeah, you mean like
3 time zones away.
Is it a rivalry though?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just like when people don't understand the size.
Yeah.
And I just find that, like I just appreciate how big it is
Yep.
here and how you guys have a similar like distance, kind of like hold on time and, and the traveling,
Yeah.
it's hard to explain. I don't know why I'm so bad at this right now.
No, not at all.
Okay, great.
I'm with you.
Okay.
So your most recent release is New Ways
Mm-hmm.
that you released last year.
Mm-hmm.
And previous to that, it was Twin Solitude.
Yes.
And so after Twin Solitude, seemingly as just a lay person on the outside, it seemed like your career just took off and everything just kind of happened all at once.
Yeah.
Is that what it felt like from the inside?
Yeah, it was like it was more of like a gutter before, like just kind of sloshing around in the gutter, and then Oscar Wilde came around and he's like, look at the stars, and then it was much
that's
nicer.
nice.
It was like it was much better after that record.
But did it happen as quickly as it seemed? It just felt like it was you
Yeah.
had 2 records prior.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
then you released Twin Solitude and then awards and
I didn't
everything.
think I didn't win any of them. So
Well,
you're like I'm in
shortlisted.
no, I didn't mean to say like in an argumentative way. I was like, I'm still a total loser. It wasn't so much that it was quickly because I like hadn't been touring for like forever, and so it felt I think for anyone, people just didn't know about any of my songs, and then people knew about a couple, and that's a huge difference, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was really night and day when that record came out. But for me, it was like, I don't.
Was
hard
that
to
the first
explain.
one out on Secret City?
It was the first one out in Secret City, kind of put out everywhere, like in Europe and in the States at the same time.
So do you think that contributed to the
I think everything.
huge response?
I like that you think it's huge. That's so nice.
Oh, I think, well.
Oh yeah, because that's nice. I think it was a mix of a few things. It was the first record that I was happy with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm still kind of happy with it. Like I don't want to fix stuff, and I don't cringe when I hear it. I think because I kind of was like, because the other 2 records weren't working that well, and I kind of figured out that it wasn't because they weren't entirely me. And then that was the first record where I was kind of made a record that I was really playing the music that I wanted to play, which was I just want to play ballads all the time. So I just made a ballad record, and then I was happy.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's hard to know what connected with people.
That's really interesting though. So
Yeah.
what gave you the freedom to finally like put something out that was actually like you?
Because I was like, I'm gonna quit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do one more record, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna do something else because people don't need me to play music.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not running a charity or anything. Like I'm just
Yeah.
playing guitar. So if no one's connecting with it, then I don't. Then everyone's suffering.
Okay. And so
So-
prior to the release of Twin Solitude, were you DIY doing just completely?
I had a couple of labels, like
Okay.
Canadian labels,
Yep.
that were good, that helped me out. First one, not so much. It's just weird. It's basically life stuff, going through stuff in your 20s and just like being stupid, making bad calls and trying to be Bob Dylan for a while, and then being like, why am I not good at being Bob Dylan? It's like, because you're not Bob Dylan. Because he's Bob Dylan, and if you were, that'd be weird. Like really weird.
Because then there'd be 2 of you.
Then there'd be 2 of us.
Yeah.
He's a Gemini, but
Oh, what are you?
Oh,
Actually.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
I just thought,
Okay, end the interview.
Yeah,
That's it. And so, well, after Twin Solitude came out, and I think it was, to huge accolades and,
it was so much better than before.
It was really great. So when that happens, how do you maintain the momentum? How do you sort of?
I started recording the new record and writing it when I was mixing, or I started writing the record when I was mixing the other one. I was reading a lot about Prince, and he was like talking about how like he never reads any press, and he didn't. Now he probably does. He probably reads all the press now, because he's dead. That was my joke. Yeah, and
because newspapers still exist in heaven.
yeah. Well, heaven loves print.
Yeah.
A lot of
Print
ink.
and prints.
Yeah, totally. No, I lost my train of thought. No, but he just talked about just working on the next thing before anyone's heard the thing that he's just finished, so he just can keep on his path. And so I thought that makes so much sense. And so I kind of just ignored everything, and I was like working on this record while it was mostly recorded by the time like within a few months of putting out the other one.
Oh wow! Okay.
Like until the fall, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, I was like pretty like, yeah, I think.
And so was
I'm
the
all
label
confused.
like?
Yeah. Oh no, not only. No, sorry, I got my time confused there. It was within the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were okay with it. They were
So
like,
was that something that you felt like you had to, keep up? Like, you have this audience, this new fan base. You've been touring for a long time, and even thought about giving it up entirely, and all of a sudden you're just like, no, this is working and feeling right.
yeah.
So.
What was the question?
Well, just in terms of the momentum and maintaining that.
I kind of like did shows, and then when I had a break, I'd go into the studio, and so it was kind of like. Also, because I made a record that was all ballads, I was missing stuff during the shows. I was like, oh, these ballads, the set list would be like, oh, now I see. So I kind of tried to make songs with. I felt the need for songs with different feels, and they came naturally to me. And then I was like, oh, this is great. So it's more like to help the other record. It was like,
yeah, because I did read about it being a bit of a dialogue between Twin Solitude and New Ways.
Yeah, I kind of thought originally I was like, oh, ideally like each song could go in between the Twin Solitude songs, like in the track, and like make like a proper record, kind of in my head, like so that, or at least in the sets live.
Yeah, so kind of like this.
Yeah, like exactly like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I think it wasn't. I hadn't really left the space of recording the other one. But I just wanted things to have a little bit more, like a little bit more sizzle or something.
Okay. And is there going to be a third? Is there going to be like the Leif Volbeck triptych kind of?
I'd love that. That would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, come on then.
Yeah.
Well, do you feel like playing a couple more songs?
I'd love to.
With the beautiful Angie and Ainsley. Thank you so much, everybody, for
Thanks
coming
so much
in
for being
to
here.
Small Time TV. It's been so nice chatting. What are you going to start with?
We're going to do I'm Not Your Lover, which is the song on the new record.
Standing in line at the filling station, love the smell of the gas just waiting. I know I shouldn't breathe it in, but I do anyway. See the lights now that I'm getting to the city. Drifting in thrift stores, I see something pretty. I see a jacket I'd wear till I gave it to you. I'm not your lover. I'm not your lover anymore. Lilac and dogwood in the summer air, Kentucky grass wishing that you were there, with your hand on my knee. Put your head on my shoulder where you want it to be. I'm not your lover. I'm not your lover anymore. You shake my spine until you sublimate it. Pour the wine till I can't separate it from my brain. You're a sign on the highway covered in rain. I'm not your lover. I'm not your lover. I'm not your lover. I'm not your lover anymore.
Oh, they're clapping. Oh, I forgot about you guys. Hi. Do one more song.
Great.
This is a new environment. You guys sound so great.
You sound great.
Whoa, they're even harmonizing in the chatting. Wow, it's like The Shining. Do those girls talk in The Shining? No, maybe they don't. He's like with the tricep, you know.
Red rum.
Now this is a song called Transatlantic Flight. Ooh, that was cool. Imagine that was the song. Let me just turn down these like amps. Oh yeah, so much better. Oh yeah, isn't that nice? Oh, I know. Yeah, low level stress. It'd be good to fall asleep too. Hopefully you can hear that guitar.
Before sunrise, I'm dazed and confused. Just like Julie Delby, like Leia Seydoux. I wanna see you roll your eyes in a televised interview. I wanna make you mine. I wanna make you mine. You're light-hearted, heavy-hearted too. It's something that I wouldn't put my worst enemy through. Now I'm looking at the sun through my lips. My lips. Now I'm drifting in the astral plane. When will I see you again? Are you drifting in the astral plane? When will I see you again? So why don't you come on, come on, come on over. Start talking to me. One thing I can tell you. Look good when you're tired. Look good when you're tired. Come on, come on, come on over. Start talking to me. One thing I can tell you. Look good when you're tired on a transatlantic flight. Transatlantic flight. You know I am a prisoner Yes, I am a prisoner. I am a prisoner. Yes, I am a prisoner on a transatlantic flight. I am a prisoner. Yes, I am a prisoner. I am a prisoner on a transatlantic flight. So why don't you come on, come on, come on over, start talking to me. One thing I can tell you. Look good when you're tired, look good when you're tired. Come on, come on, come on over, start talking to me. One thing I can tell you. Look good when you're tired on a transatlantic flight.
Thank you so much, Leif Bollebeck, for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
The
Thanks
Small
for
Time
singing with me,
Studio.
guys.
And thank you also to Angie McMahon and Ainsley Wills. What a beautiful evening. I don't want to let any of you go. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you're not playing any more shows here this
We're
time.
not playing any more shows unless you guys book one for me, and I'll do it later.
Okay, well, if that doesn't happen, you'll have to hurry back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Small Time TV.
I like that last one. That's fun.